This is my 450 Marlin, which is an H&R or Harrington Richardson. Unfortunately, this wonderful gun company no longer makes single action guns. I don't think they're not in business anymore. Anyway, they made a lot of affordable single shot rifles that are very reliable and are very accurate. You got a lot of gun for the money. The 450 Marlin is basically a hot 4570. I've read different manuals and looked at different ammo online, and basically it's kind of a toss-up between a hot 4570 and a 450 Marlin in regards to which one has a bit more velocity and power depending on which manufacturer or which hand load and so forth. The idea of this caliber, as you probably well know, for the 450 Marlin was to make a caliber that was a hot 4570 but couldn't slip into a 4570 trapdoor gun, which couldn't handle the pressures. And so they'd have this extra belt on the brass you can see here that would not allow it to go into a trapdoor gun. Now, on the advent of this being made, there was a lot of other 4570 guns, like the Marlin 1895 and so forth, and the Ruger 1, that could handle hot 4570 loads. And so it became kind of a non-issue for those guns, but not the trapdoor. So that probably, for the most part, limited the success of a 450 Marlin catching on in a super way. That said, I found the ammo to be relatively accessible still. Hornady made these. These are the Levolution, so they made a 1895 Marlin that also, not Hornady, but Marlin did, that would shoot these 450 Marlins as well. Again, this is a very powerful round. It can take essentially anything you want it to take. Ideally, big game. Obviously, there would be some hesitancy to use this on the biggest of game, like elephants and so forth, but with the right hand loads or purchase loads, you could probably do it. This would not be ideal, I would think, versus other calibers. However, that said, this is a very powerful round that can take just about any big game you would ever want to take it with. It is still kind of more of that 200 range gun, much like a 4570. Of course, that doesn't mean you can't shoot out a lot further with the right optics and so forth. Let me shoot the 450. I like to just verify, it's been a while, the accuracy of my setup. Unfortunately, I'd love for Illinois to become a straight wall state. It's still a slug gun state, at least in regards to long guns. But that said, this would be a wonderful gun if there's a single shot primitive gun kind of state out there. I like this gun a lot. I think it's just a wonderful hunting tool. It breaks open nicely. There's a little button right here. Clicks open. It's a shame that H&Rs aren't made anymore. Henry is probably one of the best places to go, in my opinion now. Well, there's other good single shot rifles out there and shotguns. But H&R was a special place in our market that no longer has been starting to be filled by Henry, but is sorely missed, or was missed. They're really nice guns that were affordable. Their slug guns are renowned for having great accuracy and an affordable package. And these rifles are the same way. So let's see how we're doing. Pull back the hammer. It's a heavy gun, actually. Stout gun. take a look. It looks like it needs to be dialed into the right a little bit. Let me go ahead and do that, and then we'll see how it does. Opens up nicely. It kicks out the shell, so I'll have to make sure to pick that up. I need to move the dial over to the right based on what I saw. I think I had moved the scope, and that's why I need to move this over. It's been a while. I'm kind of using a dead reckoning approach. We're at about 40 yards or so, so I just clicked it over a little bit. And hopefully, this time, it'll be a little bit closer. Let me, for the sake of the audience, getting a different perspective, put the camera on the target. Well, I'd have to say that second shot is much better, and without going through tons of ammo. Again, if you're going to be going for a hardcore long distance hunting, or further distance hunting, than what you'd find in a typical woods situation, or you're ready to go hunting with this gun, you'll probably want to get a couple more rounds down range. But for just checking out my setups, this did really well. And again, another couple of rounds or so, and I'm sure I would have it even a little tighter, but I'm pretty content with it as it is now for what it's going to basically be going back into the gun safe until I can come up with a good excuse to use it. All right, I couldn't resist. I had to keep shooting until I got it to the point that I felt was acceptable, which is now that last shot right above the orange dot. So now I feel much more content and feeling like this gun is qualified out to 100 yards anyway, though I shot around 50 here. Backside. Again, the two highest ones are 20 gauge, or excuse me, 12 are actually the two highest ones are from a muzzle loader yesterday. And then the rest are from the 450 Marlin. Look at how heavy that butt is on the gun. Anyway, there we go. I'm content now. It's ready to go kill a hog or something. Maybe a black bear, even a moose. Take care and have a good one.